Good evening, guys. How are we doing? So, after today's match, it's finished Liverpool 2, Fulham 1. Um, Look, it's a bloody good thing. Football is a game of two halves, because if the first half was anything to go by, there's one word, and I'll say it as a Scouser: shocking. Absolutely shocking. I mean, nothing clicked. It was all very slow, very sideways, very sort of boring football. But the good thing is, it can only get better, and that it did. The second half, much better. A couple of substitutions with Darwin and Gakpo coming on. And it did. It changed the game. There was more forward passes, more chances created. And the game was just a much more improved second half than it was in the first. Very similar to the Arsenal game. So look, we know we can do it. We've done it several times this season already. And that's only a good thing. It's a good thing to show that as a team we can not have the best half and then come back, and just like that we switch on and the game then turns around, and lo and behold, as in previous games, as I mentioned, we now have the win. That's 2-1, as I say, going into the second leg, which, let's be honest, Fulham are a very decent side. So going into the second leg, it's not going to be easy. Away from home, you can guarantee that Craven Cottage will be pumped for the second leg. They're still in this game and in with a shout. But again, you know, I'm hoping the second leg will be a much more decisive performance. We know what we need to do now, and hopefully we can get the job done in the second leg of the game. Personally, for me, watching the game, I'd have to say Alexis McAllister was my man of the match. Definitely improved on last week. And he's really starting to show what he can do, moving the ball around, getting stuck into tackles, winning the ball back in decisive moments. But as I say, most importantly, it's the passing and the sort of flow of play that he creates in the position that he is currently playing in. Look, we don't know if that will be his position, but look, I think whilst we have him as a good, viable option to play there, let's do it. Moving on to another mention for Conor Bradley. I mean, I mentioned him in my previous video, and I think we have got a very good player there. A very good either backup or potentially long-term right back for Trent Alexander-Arnold, who I think most people are hoping will sort of push his way into midfield. But obviously the future will decide that. But yeah, Conor Bradley, definitely a dogged sort of player, a bit of an old school classic right back. But then also, as he gets forward up the pitch, he definitely provides another option. Very good in the tackle. Doesn't stop running, so he's got a great engine on him, which is, he's a Jurgen player at the end of the day. So yeah, definite special mention to Conor Bradley on a very good performance there. Again, another player I mentioned pre-game was Curtis Jones. He has once again stepped up to the plate. I wouldn't say he was fantastic throughout the whole game, but he certainly is maturing into a Jurgen Klopp first team player. There's stiff competition in the midfield when everyone is fit and everyone has returned from international duty, but he's definitely fancied, I would say, by Jurgen Klopp. He has something to his game. Very slick, very sort of clean on the ball, the way he moves through the lines between sort of midfield and the forward line. Slightly lacking on the final product, on the end product, final pass, or but he definitely has much more room to improve on what I've just mentioned. So yeah, but all around a very good performance from Curtis Jones. Once again, you know, that's a good few games now, so he's really doing well. Another player I thought had a really good performance today was Ibu Konate. Once again, he's just an absolute rock. He's absolutely rapid. He's an absolute tank of a man. He doesn't stop. He gets his foot to everything, and nothing really gets past him. We hit a real solid gem there when we found Ibu. You know, I remember when the transfer was done. There was a toss up between sort of him and Upamecano, I think, plays for Bayern Munich. And I wasn't sure about Konate, but you know, he's absolutely proved me wrong, and thankfully he has. So yeah, again, special mention to Ibu Konate. What an absolute player. Virgil didn't have the best of starts to the game, let's be honest. Second half, much better. You know, he was just an absolute rock again, as always. But first half, not the best. Ibu was thankfully having a great game. So, you know, but they're hand in hand, they're fantastic together. So, yeah, definitely thumbs up from me on Ibu Konate's performance today. Look, it's a very good result. 2-1, first leg. Fortunately, away goals don't count for double. Haven't done for a little while, but, you know, it's not a worry we have to have. We just have to go and get a result against them in the second leg, and yeah, I think we're more than capable of doing it. And I think it should just be a simple I wouldn't say a simple game, not by any means, but a simple idea of what needs to be done. Let's put it that way. Subs will be key. I definitely think the substitutions will be key, as they were today and as they were against Arsenal. In the second leg, I think it will be a case of play your strongest team and then make 5 subs. At the end of the day, to obviously waste a bit of time, bring on fresh legs when needed be, and just as I say, you know, see the game out for what it needs to be, book our slot into the final, and Wembley, here we come. Fingers crossed. Look, that's my take on the game. Let me know what you think in the comments. It would really help if everyone left their thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe, because that is obviously very important. Like the video, that would be fantastic, and the notification bell, just so you can see when future content's coming up. So come on, the Reds, done them again. 2-1 Liverpool, onto the second leg of the Carabao Cup, and then hopefully into the final. Till next time.